Hi friends, come on in, get ready with your Bible and your notebook, and let's sit together as we open Exodus chapters 13 and 14. Israel has just left Egypt, walking out with silver and gold and clothes from their neighbors, singing victorious songs after the Passover night. God has delivered them powerfully, but now he gives them a few clear standards to live by as they go forward. Pull up a chair. I am glad that we are here next to each other. First of all, God says, "Consecrate to me every firstborn male, human or animal. They belong to me," because he spared the firstborn of Israel on the night that death passed over. Every firstborn boy and every firstborn male animal had to be set apart for God. For the animals, they sacrificed them. For the human boys, they redeemed them, or they paid a price to buy them back from God. It was a constant reminder. God has redeemed us from slavery in Egypt. We belong to him. Even Mary and Joseph obeyed this very law when they brought baby Jesus to the temple in Luke 2 verse 22 to 23 to present him and offer the sacrifice. God also gives instructions about yeast during the Passover week, called the Feast of Unleavened Bread. They had to remove every single bit of yeast and anything fermented from their homes. No yeast in their bread, no leavened food at all. Yeast symbolized corruption and moral impurity. Jesus warned about the yeast of the Pharisees in Mark 8:15, and Paul said in 1 Corinthians 5 verse 6 through 8 that a little yeast works through the whole batch. Get rid of it so you can be a new batch, pure and sincere. The Passover week was a picture of living clean, holy lives before God. These commands point us to how we should live as followers of Christ today. We need to live surrendered, dedicated lives, set apart for God, committed to holiness and righteousness before a holy God. Living free of corruption and morally pure, Christ paid with his life to redeem us from slavery to sin. So we owe our lives to him. 1 Peter 1:15 says, "Be holy because I am holy." 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 4 and 7 calls us to control our bodies in holiness and honor because God did not call us to impurity but to holiness. Romans 12:1 urges us to offer our bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. Romans 8:14 says, "Those led by the Spirit are children of God." Galatians 5 verse 16 tells us to walk by the Spirit so we won't gratify the desires of the flesh. Then comes the dramatic moment in chapter 14. Israel is camped by the Red Sea and Pharaoh changes his mind again. He gathers his army, chariots, horses, soldiers, and chases after them. The people look back. They see the Egyptians coming, look forward, see the sea blocking the way, and they panic. They cry to Moses, "Was it because there were no graves in Egypt that you brought us here to die? We told you to leave us alone." Moses answers them. He says, "Don't be afraid. Stand firm and you will see the deliverance that the Lord will bring you today. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." God tells Moses, "Why are you crying out to me? Tell the people to move forward. Raise your staff, stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. The Israelites will walk through on dry ground. God leads them with the pillar of cloud and fire, moving behind them to stand between Israel and the Egyptians. All night, a strong east wind blows, the sea parts, and Israel walks through on dry ground. Walls of water on their right and left. The Egyptians chase after them into the sea. Then God tells Moses to stretch out his hand again. The waters crash back, drowning the entire Egyptian army. Chariots, horses, soldiers, not one survives. Israel sees the Egyptians dead on the shore and fears the Lord. They put their trust in him and in Moses, his servant. They sing a victory song. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has triumphed gloriously. Friends, Israel felt stuck. Red Sea in front, Egyptian army behind, but God is all powerful. He led them through on dry ground and destroyed their enemies. God promised that he would fight for them, but they had to trust him and move forward. Sometimes we face our own Red Sea moments, problems that look impossible, enemies closing in, no way out, but God will never lead us somewhere that he won't provide for and protect us. Psalm 20 verse 7 says, "Some trust in chariots and in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God." Proverbs 3 verse 5 through 6 tells us to trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not on our own understanding. Psalm 118 verse 9 says it's better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in humans. If you are facing a Red Sea right now, something that's blocking your way, something that is chasing you from the other side, stand still, trust God, and take the step he asks. He will make a way. He will fight for you. He is the same God who parted the sea. Thank you for joining me today. If this story of deliverance and trust encouraged your heart, would you share the video with a friend? God willing, I will see you tomorrow for the next chapters. And until then, keep moving forward in faith. God's got you. You are deeply, deeply loved. Shalom, shalom.